Alright. Stream is live, video's looking good, all the numbers are coming back in the way they're supposed to, and everything is green. What's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and we are back once again after a little bit of a hassle. after some minor technical difficulties, I guess we could call it for for a little bit. It'd be fair to say a little bit of shenaniganery that's occurred, but we're back once again with a little bit of Destiny 2 here on PC. And man, what an interesting couple of weeks it's been, right? What an interesting couple of weeks. A few weeks ago I talked a little bit about how even though we were fairly early in the season, it was already feeling like we were on week 7. Like we had been doing this way too long. A lot of people were checking out. A lot of you guys agreed. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, whoo, man, that seems to be the sentiment of the community in its entirety. I won't sit back and be like, oh, everybody's sick of Destiny, but man, they're definitely heading to the hills looking for something else to do. I don't know what it is. It's something in the air. The doldrums of the game have really started to drain on the community. People are a little bit tired of the same old when it comes to the story. Of course, last week didn't help. What with the as they were calling it, the plagiarism. Between the story being a little similar to a much bigger, much better MMO called Final Fantasy XIV.
Hello,
and of course, you know, the whole art thing. Thankfully, Bungie actually worked that piece out. But that, people just seem to be a little bit tired of the same old in Destiny. It's happening faster and faster.
Welcome back.
And of course, that has a lot to do with the fact that they... Ooh, rapid hit firing line. It's actually not bad.
Transfer.
That has a lot to do with the fact that there are, you know, there's a lot of other games to play right now. I don't think that's doing Bungie any favors. None whatsoever. We're going to talk a little bit about that in today's live stream. We're going to talk a little bit about where Bungie's going to be going with this story. And it's funny, you know, it's a bit of a meme. But it seems like Destiny is careening back towards that old memey notion of this is make or break for Destiny. If you guys remember that conversation we've had forever. It's nonsense, don't worry about it, but it seems like we're heading back towards that sort of conversation. Be interesting if we do. As I've said, I think people are just a little bit bored, you know. We've had the same sort of formula for the past couple of years in Destiny, and it's worked pretty well. The seasonal nonsense has worked pretty darn well. But at this point, with this particular season, it just feels a bit more dry than things usually are. And I think that's really dragging on people. That is a long-ass stick, man. You are a long boy. Big old long dread boy. Yo, Marcus, what's up, dude? Good to see ya. By the way, doing something a little bit different today. Some of you guys might have noticed. We are not just streaming on YouTube. We're not just streaming on Rumble. We're also streaming over kick.com/theblacklink. That's right.
Yep.
The Kick channel I made a couple months ago is finally getting put to use. I figured out how to triple stream. Oh, when I said that technology was giving me a headache earlier. That's what I meant. I spent a lot of this morning trying to figure out how exactly to get that working. It took a little bit of work. If you're streaming over on YouTube, you might see a little restream up in the corner there. It's because I'm using Restream while also using dual like RMTP streaming just off of my computer itself, because Restream doesn't allow you to stream to Rumble without like paying for an account, and I ain't paying for jack. I've been using Restream for free for years. My ancestors were using Restream for free, and we will continue. So I've actually got a separate RMTP stream just going straight out of my computer to Rumble, which is working pretty well. I was gonna do that for Kick as well, but I'm a little bit worried about my bandwidth there. I don't know if my poor internet connection, I don't know if my poor little little baby internet could handle triple encoding RMTP servers. I don't know if it could do that. It's big. It might not be that big. Yo, Terry, good to see you. Says this week, though, something big story-wise. Yeah, we're going to be jumping into this week's story mission. Seeing if it's going to be worthwhile. Seeing if it's going to be a good follow-up to the good stuff. Because, I don't want to say that the story last week was bad. I like the origin for the Witness. I like the origin for the ancient species and for why the Traveler's running from its ancient enemy. I like all of that. Because I liked it the first time around in Final Fantasy XIV. When it was the story of the Amarosians. And why you should never create little bird lolies. That's right. Don't create the bird loli. Don't do it. That's the one true lesson of Final Fantasy XIV. If you've played it from start to finish, you'll understand. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what they've got to follow up with that this week. Matter of fact, let's head on over to the helm and check it out. Yo, Shin, good to see you. Sup, TBL, long time no see. Now I'm a city drone doing a whole lot of nothing. Oh, man, are you living that city life? Well, I hope you at least enjoy it there. Me, I am a country boy through and through. There is no way you will catch me living in a big city. Like, the only thing that could get me to live in a big city. When I say big city, you know, the baseline I'm thinking of is New York, of course, which I've been to a few times. But of course, I mean, there are big cities here in Florida. I guess I could move to Tampa, into downtown Orlando. Oh, that would be so awful. Oh my God, I would hate it. I would absolutely hate it. The only thing that could get me to do it is if my job, forcibly transferred me there and paid me quadruple, at minimum, quadruple what they're paying me now. Then maybe I would consider living in a city. Like a big city. For now, I'll take living in the country.
Change of plans. Xivu Arath struck while you were returning from the dive.
Oh, did she?
Hive deception slipped through our guard, and Asa was targeted by a hive ritual.
Oh no.
Xivu Arath's voice tore through the air like a wall of swords. We think it wounded Asa, but she swam off to try and interrupt the ritual before we could do anything.
Big.
Zavala and Sloan are tracking her to the ritual site, and I am mobilizing the Iron War beasts to support them. We need you in the fight, Guardian. I'm sending coordinates to your ghost, but we have no idea what to expect there. Deploy to the ritual site and disrupt the hive. The hunt is on.
Yo, we going hunting. Alright, I dig it. Dang, son, I'll have to see if I can get Kick. Yeah, there's been a lot of noise about alternative streaming platforms. In particular, Rumble and Kick have been making massive gains over the past couple of weeks. And big thing about Rumble is, of course, no exclusivity. They don't do that whole thing that Twitch does. Yo, they even turned off my portal. How unfortunate. But while there's big new platforms coming out, you might as well take advantage of them. You might as well jump on there. And so I figured when I got up this morning, I'll check it out. If I can figure out how to get Restream working again so that I can triple stream to 3 different platforms, then I will go ahead and do it. Why? Because there's no reason not to. Grow an audience wherever you can. We had a lot of success in previous years between YouTube and Twitch before Twitch lost its damn mind. And so, you should jump on there. Barotrauma. Oh no, I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, unless you somehow score that sweet fat contract, that's the only way I'd move to a city. Somebody would have to be paying your boy a lot of money. Yo, Lord Darkon, over on the Rumble side of things, good to see you, brother. How you doing today? It's Hump Day. How you guys doing?
Boss's trail deep below Kraken Mar, behind Xivu Arath's battle lines.
Understood. The Deputy Commander, Saint, and I will set up a perimeter to draw the Hive's attention. Then the Guardian can break through unscathed.
The Iron War Beasts prepare to support our assault. Say the word.
Keep them in reserve until the Guardian has eyes on Asa.
Daylight's burning, and she's in pain. I can feel it.
I'll find you on the field, Sloan. Hit your marks, and we'll get this done. Move out.
We're going in for an operation. We about to hit the Spec Ops. Alright, I dig it. Twitch did it to themselves. They learned nothing from Mixer scaring them for a bit. Absolutely.
I've encountered a ritual.
I'm setting up on the right. Looks like a smaller ritual site here, too.
Pushing toward the commander's position now.
Are there any
My drop
hidden
pod is
goodies in here?
deployed to your location, Sloan. Drifter, you're on tack.
Well, all right. Taking energy.
Why would you make this for
spiking
no
up
reason?
ahead of you, hero.
That must be Asa. Ah! My arm! Whatever they're doing, it's getting worse. If we're gonna do something about it, now's the time!
Guardian, start pushing forward. As soon as Saladin's pod hits ground, we launch our diversion.
Dang. I like the sense of urgency in everybody's voice. They're mad about somebody touching our whale girl. Or as Drifter calls her, long girl. Thank you. Yeah, Twitch really did learn nothing from Mixer. But you know what? I mean, because it's fair to say that Twitch has been on top for so long. You know what happens when you stand on the mountaintop. You stop looking down. You stop looking down at everybody else coming back or coming up against you because you're on the mountaintop. You're the one everybody's got to catch. And that's the suffering from success there. You gotta be ready to evolve so that you can maintain your place on the mountaintop. And Twitch has been unwilling to do that.
Pod grounded. I'm in position.
Guardians, strike!
Ooh. What are we striking? Is that a curse throw? Ew. Always the taken. Get him, Mark, buddy. But you know who did learn the lessons from Mixer? From the failures that happened there, and the successes that happened there, by the way. Remember, Mixer got some of the biggest... They got some of the biggest names in the game before they kind of went under. Part of their problem with that, though, was that they spent a little bit too much money while not making enough money. But I think the people who have learned from those lessons would be Rumble and hopefully Kick. I think Kick just secured like a $100 million contract last week. Whew. They're spending big money to get the names there.
Fire team, report! Saint and I hold the left flank! It is working! We draw them off the Guardian.
Enemy reinforcements flooding the right flank. We're holding.
This line doesn't fall back.
Okay, hotshot. It's all you now.
I'm on it. The thing is, it's good to get a bunch of big streamers on because that brings viewers. But you also have to focus on building up your smaller streamers. That's where Twitch made its bones. It became viable for a lot of people really quickly. And that's been happening with Rumble. We'll have to see if the trend continues with Kick. But Rumble certainly seems to be taking that seriously. It's why Rumble's my favorite video platform out right now. By the way, shout out to the Rumble chat. You guys, for the past few weeks, have been outperforming even my YouTube audience. Massive round of applause to the folks over on Rumble. Pat yourselves on the back. I tell you, the moment YouTube falls, that's when you're going to see a real spectrum change. And by falls, of course, YouTube's never going to go away. What I mean by falls is when it falls out of the slot as, ubiquitous as the most used video platform on the planet. Who knows who else wouldn't like the mission's title? Think Ocean Gate? Oh, yeah. Barrow trauma.
They're trying to take Asa.
That's just
a whole
unfortunate.
lot of magic. And I bet those wizards are holding the reins. Get in there and start breaking things.
I'm on it. Breaking rituals is what I do. That's been like the story for 3 raids. Get him, Arc Buddy. I love this build so much. You get so much bonus power on the Arc Buddy that it's a little ridiculous. Oh, look. You can see her eyes getting taken. What am I doing with this? Oh, dunking. Alright. Don't laugh like that, son. It's weird.
The dirt makes a dent. Plug away, hero.
Oh, I'm gonna plug him.
Also just got a second wind, Guardian. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Man. Well, it's embarrassing. I chaos reached the wrong enemy. I'm fantastically well, but close to spectacular. Let's get you up to spectacular. Fantastically well is good enough, but that's a rookie level of happiness. Let's get those happiness levels up. Alright, this time, let's not. Let's not chaos reach the Curse Thrall. That's on our list of things to not do.
Every wizard you put in the dirt makes a dent. Plug away, hero.
Lone's voice actress is having a little bit of fun with this role. Excuse me. Stop it.
War beasts, deploy. You will take that position.
Clever, warrior of the sky.
Hold on, Asa. We're coming!
The coward flesh must be taken.
Alright, where's the witch? Is she over here farting on me? No, you stop that. Absolutely disallowed. You see how much damage resistance you get on Arc now? This build is silly. It's probably the tankiest an Arc build has ever been for a Warlock.
Last one. Long girl should be home free.
Long girl.
Excellent work, Guardian. Fire team, check in.
Down to a sword, but Hive and Taken
Tuckrin,
forces routed.
Iron War Beast. Okay, only one's got a name.
So many titans. We encircle them like impenetrable walls.
Clear your zones and fall back to defensive positions around Asa as she swims back to the arcology.
Consider
girl?
it done. War beasts, you fought well. Extra rations for all.
What's Asa's status?
Why ain't she
I've
blinking?
got an eye on her, and I'm shipping a transmat beacon your way.
There we
Hold
go.
on to your boots.
Alright, so we saved the whale. What next? Oh, cutscene.
Zivorath's forces are in full retreat.
Good. Time to complete the mission.
Our dance will never end. I am war. You carry my banner. Cling to me like hope. What are you without me? Sink into my embrace. Drown in the deep. Fight forever.
Stand down, Deputy. Sometimes the battle is stepping away from the battle. We're with you all the way.
The true path lies obscured, but she knows the way. She who hides truth in deception.
Uh-huh.
The Witch Queen must rise.
What I tell y'all at the very beginning of the season, what my predictions were for this. I predicted, okay, Sivu Arath is going to be the big thing. We're bringing Sloane back. I hope they don't kill Sloane off, but what it's going to wind up being is we're going to need to go back to the person who originally basically alerted us to the fact that the Veil even existed to learn more about it, and that person was Savathun. We still have Savathun's body. Imaru, her ghost, is still out there. So at the beginning of the season, I was like, what I'm predicting is eventually we're going to basically have to make a deal with Imaru, let him resurrect Savathun, and that'll be what bridges us between what's happening here in Lightfall and the final shape next year. So it's probably going to start next season with us going through the process of reviving Savathun. Looks like I was right on the money. What's up, big man?
We're relying on Savathun.
Yep.
This is what it's come to.
Tell me you're not serious.
I am. Asa has given us a way to follow the witness.
This cannot be the only way.
Everyone in this room understands the risks. But we finally have a path forward. We can't wait for another.
The Empress won't take kindly to this news.
You stand on her counsel. Convince her.
I cannot watch the Witch Queen rise again, Zavala. To scheme against us. To steal another face? No!
She won't be given the opportunity. Eris and Ikora will keep the situation under our control.
Imaru isn't one to be baited into a trap.
Not a trap. A bargain. We're all against the witness. Savathun's ghost has no choice but to cooperate.
I'll convey your decision and assurances to the Empress. Commander, Guardians.
We tried to control the Witch Queen before. I saw how that ended, Zavala. It is a treacherous path. When she strays, as I know she will, even one claw.
My fist will be right behind yours.
I hope I am wrong. But right now, I cannot see how. Osiris will hear of this. I imagine he will have words too.
There's a long night ahead of us. Let's be the beacons others need to follow. At least until we make it through this.
I'm with you, big man. By the way, legendary cutscene right here. I mean, getting the three pillars of like Twilight Gap and the early history of the tower and all of that. Basically 3 former Titan Vanguards. Well, 1 current Titan Vanguard and 2 former Titan Vanguards. Having Zavala, Saint 14, and Lord Saladin all in a cutscene. This is the kind of thing we only dreamed of back in Destiny 1. As we were, piddling through the grimoire and the lore books, hoping that one day, maybe one day, we would wind up seeing even a crumb of this stuff in the game. Kudos to Bungie for that cutscene. That was really cool. That's a really cool moment. Also, I like the sense of dread and urgency they've got when it comes to reviving Savathun. Of course, it's a bad idea, but like I said before, I had a feeling that it was gonna be where the story went. Seemed like that was gonna be. It was kind of inevitable. That's where the story was gonna go. But don't worry, baby. You can bring back the Witch Queen. You can bring back a little bit of Savathussi. Why? Because you still got the Guardian who put her in the dirt single-handed. Just do it again.
We did it, Guardian. Cut a swath through the Taken and got the intel we needed. The mission is complete. I've waited a long time to say those words. And I used to dread the moment that comes after. But not anymore. I thought I needed the mission to draw my focus, to drown out all the noise. All of this. But not focusing on it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's a part of me now. I'll carry it with me wherever I go. And that's okay. I'm strong enough to shoulder that weight, especially if I don't have to do it alone.
That's right.
Asa's in hibernation now. All that strain on our psychic link has worn her out. Poor girl's earned some time to rest. She won't be alone, either. I'll camp out on Titan and watch over her. Just like she watched over me. That's not to say I'll never return to the tower. When I do, I know there'll be a place for me, and people to welcome me home. Take care, Guardian. And watch your back when you dig up Savathun. If you ever need to punch your lights out, you know where to find me.
There we go. That's basically the end of this season's story. And I know this is kind of not the most impressive thing to say, but I am glad they didn't just kill off Sloane like they've done with Rasputin and so many other characters that they brought back to the game.
On Titan, I had a moment of weakness. Zivu Arath.
Eddie Sloane, you resisted the will of a hive god. An apology isn't necessary.
Everything I'd done since they took Titan. That was the moment. And I almost faltered.
A metal tested leaves an impression. Something Saladin used to recite when we were young.
It's more than an impression. I accepted a lot, thinking I wasn't coming back. When we secured Titan before, it was survival. But we had hope, a goal. We won, and it was over. This time, something's dragging me back, like that struggle's all there is.
That sounds all too familiar.
Oh,
I was married once.
you're kidding. What was her name, this woman who wooed old man Zavala?
Sophia. Together, we raised a son, Hakim. It was the Dark Age. I was Saladin's charge. Young, reckless, enchanted by
A woman.
a warm memory now.
I feel that.
Never heard you talk about those days. Is Renpier's drunken noodle still there, or did we lose it in some catastrophe?
It's still standing. Expanded, actually. Let's talk in person. I'll clear the night schedule.
Uh-oh. Must be for someone important.
An old friend.
Well, I don't know what I would have done if Ren Pierre's blew up while I was gone. Sometimes those noodles held me together.
We would have rebuilt it. Brick by brick, if that's what it took.
I like that. That's, man, that hits particularly hard now that, Lance Reddick has passed away. But that particular bit of audio is a marvelous bit of character development. From somebody as stoic as Zavala, who never once talked about his past. The point there is that somebody, even an old comrade like Sloan, somebody who's been his deputy commander for probably hundreds of years, had no idea anything about Zavala's past. She had no idea about any of his time back in the Dark Ages, when he was working with Saladin and before they built the last city. She didn't know about his wife, she didn't know about his kids, and it really is, like I said, a marvelous bit of character development. From where Saladin started as the stoic, mysterious leader of the Guardians. What we went through a few seasons ago when we were doing the whole nightmares and learning about people's past and all that, which I'll maintain, I loved that season. That was a great season of content. The story bits in it were fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And getting to now where he's willing to talk about that to a subordinate. He's willing to talk about that to his friend. That's... You did good on that, Bungie. You definitely did good on that. Alright, so I gotta do some Defiant Battlegrounds. I'll do my salvage and whatever nonsense. But yeah, man, it hits hard now that Lance Reddick has passed. It's such a bummer. Yeah, Wildcard. First off, good to see you, man. But I do believe there was a dev on Bungie who said that this was some of the last work that Lance recorded, so... Whatever they're going to be doing with Zavala's character, it's sobering to say this, but it's going to happen soon. Yo, Mark, what's up, dude? Says, what did I miss? Oh, we're just doing the latest story mission. Probably the final story mission for this season. Let's see, is there even... Yeah, that was the final story mission for this season. We basically went through all of that, took a look at some of the cutscenes in there that are in there. Very interesting. If you're watching on YouTube, so you should be able to rewind. I'd go back. You came in just a few minutes after the cutscenes ended. I'd go back a few minutes to at least watch that. It's interesting stuff. Basically sets up what we're going to be doing next season. Anyway, now that we're done with that, let's get back to the topic of the stream. I talked a bit earlier about kind of the state of the game that Destiny is, the state that Destiny's in right now. How a lot of players are kind of feeling a little dried out on it. I know I keep an eye on my player list, my friend list, quite a bit when it comes to Destiny. By the way, Shiloh, shout out to you there in the Rumble chat. I was spying on you earlier this week. I love your fit, girl. Is that you had like the super green Gambit shader on? I was like, ooh, I'm peeping on this girl, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. And then it just reminded me, I need to go play Gambit so I can get that shader, and I don't want to do that. But my question to you guys... I've been noticing a lot of my friends, of course, spending a lot less time on Destiny. How's your time on Destiny been? Have you taken a step back from it? Do you find yourself playing less and less of D2 these days? I know I certainly haven't been on it too much. I've been playing a lot of Division 2. I got up to Season Pass rank 100 the other day in the latest season of Division 2. Took me like a day. But I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you're not playing a whole lot of Destiny 2 right now, what are you playing? How goes the grind? Yo, Harbinger, first off, good to see you, man. And it goes. It's hump day. Your week is half over. Rejoice. You're almost to the weekend. But I'm well. I'm doing very well. Had a good week of vacation last week. Ready to be back on the grind this week. Although, I told you guys a little bit about it during the streams last week. Had a lot of adulting pop up over my vacation last week. Had one really annoying bit of adulting pop up that I'll talk to you guys about in a little bit. There we go. I love the green stuff from Gambit, and I love seeing it on you. I mean, I love that green stuff too. Easy money. I can see a lot of players stepping back when Remnant 2 drops. I mean, a lot of players have already stepped back. But I could definitely see more. And, you know, a big part of that conversation for people, at least on social media, has been not just the state of PvE, but a lot of it around the state of PvP. A lot of people who are more than a little miffed at the fact that PvP has truly become an afterthought in Destiny. Seemingly so that Bungie can focus on Marathon. Which, I mean, you know, fair enough. Focus on Marathon. I want Marathon to be good. But you still got PvP in this game that hasn't seen a new map in like 3 years.
And blast anybody that tries to get grabby with our loot.
Oh, you could bring back some of the older maps. Waiting for Remnant 2 to come out next month. The 25th, I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of excitement for that. I play it every night. I do see you on every night, Shiloh. You know, not that I'm cyber stalking you. I wouldn't describe it as that. That might be what it is. I wouldn't describe it as that. No, you know, I just follow her around. Sometimes peep into her bathroom. I wouldn't describe it as stalking, though. Oh, okay. I'm glad you still play it. I'm glad. I mean, like I said, I don't want to put out the notion that D2 is not good. The game is great. There's a lot of stuff to do in it right now. My only point is that people seem to be a little tired of the seasonal rotation. I think that's a fair statement. I do, but isn't the game's fault I get busy with the the nerfing in the summertime? Yeah, summertime nerfing. Whew. That's a real thing. Summer comes around and you think, oh man, it's summer. I'm going to have plenty of time to do all the things that I want to do. Nope. I want to be able to go to the beach and enjoy life. Here, have an arc buddy. 3 arc buddies for everyone. Yeah, again, that's been the story of my life over the last week. I'm defo gone when Remnant 2 drops. I need to peep Remnant 2. I've heard a lot of stuff about it, and everybody looks psyched for it. Not a PvP person, but the Marathon announcement that feels like a stab in the back. I wouldn't necessarily call it a stab in the back, but I would say it's a disappointment realization. That, oh, okay, this is where all of the resources for, like, the PvP team, which Bungie has assured us for years is a real thing, this is where all those resources have gone. Like, those people are busy working on a PvP game. No wonder PvP has suffered in D2. I love this LMG. Corrective Measure has got to be one of my favorite weapons in the history of Destiny. It's good stuff. It's just good stuff. Whew. I I love the green as well. Been away from D2 for almost a year. Didn't even realize it's been that long. Man. Yeah, the time and freedom flies, man. It's only stalking if it's unwelcome. I'm going to tell the judge you said that. This is the legal definition, Your Honor. It's only stalking if it's unwelcome. Oh, that was a weird little bout of lag. Oh right, yeah, you do the whole adult Nerf club where you guys go out and you shoot each other with Nerf guns. Oh, that's amazing. Just imagining drunken Nerf parties with my friends. That group of goons. That's a good way to spend a Friday evening. I mostly just like PvP. Yeah, man, I love the PvP in this game. It used to be the majority. Well, I won't say the majority of what I did because I still played a lot of PvE. But I definitely did my PvP every week. I was a comp guy.
How do you feel about
Trials. Good God, Trials is awful right now.
Anyway, Transmat firing.
About the only thing that was worse than Trials is Iron Banner. Did you guys play Iron Banner last week? I played like one game, and that was enough. The lobby balancing is so awful in Iron Banner right now. Haven't had access to a pool for a few years now. I miss swimming so much, girl. I feel that. I haven't had a pool in forever too. I very much miss it. The point where I've made the decision. Next house I buy is gonna have a pool.
See what comes out.
It needs to, because I miss being able to swim whenever I want to. Condos I used to live in a few years back had a pool, and like nobody ever used it, and so it was always just me in there, and it was great. It's great exercise. It kept me in shape, and when it was hot, you know, these hot Florida days, you could just hop in the pool. Next house, I'm getting me a pool. That way I can, any time of day, I can hop out there naked, jump in the water. Used to be a thing. Oh God, and it's so hot right now. Like the weather has been insufferable here in Florida. Last week there was just an absolute monsoon. Just a ton of rain. But it was still hot. And this week it's been like 85-degree nights. And here in Florida, that heat is heavy. It's gross and heavy. Found the room. That guy found the room. Thank you. If there's one thing your boy doesn't like, I do not like sleeping hot. It's actually really good damage. We might one-phase this dude. And we did. Very impressive, boys.
Hey, Sloan. Moondust's gonna come pay you a visit while you're hanging out here.
Ooh.
Moondust?
Eris. She hates the nickname, but it's a cute hate. Anyway,
It's a
she
cute
wants to
hate.
pick your brain about your experiences with Asha.
I suppose I can tidy up a bit.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about that, sister.
It's a cute hate. I understand that. I understand that 100%. When you annoy your girl but she's kind of like, she kind of enjoys it. It's a cute hate. I get it. Drifter brother. I get it. Hey TBL, Bungie got problems? What's new in that department? Well, last week it was the plagiarism thing. This week it just seems to be a mixture of massive disapproval in the PvP community and the Crucible community. For the state of Crucible, Iron Banner last week was an absolute travesty. The matchmaking in the game is awful. Bungie's commitment to skill-based matchmaking, which, by the way, that might explain a little bit of something. You know, the fact that potentially some of the more Crucible-focused, PvP-focused devs are all working on Marathon. That might explain why we suddenly got skill-based matchmaking back. The people who made the decision to get rid of it aren't really working on Destiny PvP anymore. Potentially. I don't know if we've gotten explicit confirmation of that, but it does seem to be that a lot of that team is off working on Marathon, and that might be one of the biggest reasons why PvP has been suffering in Destiny 2. But yeah, Iron Banner last week was a travesty, just awful connections all over the place. The lobby balancing is bad. The matchmaking is awful. They are refusing to basically... they're refusing to acknowledge that they screwed up again with the whole skill-based matchmaking thing. But that's okay. You know, time works in seemingly a cyclical nature when it comes to Bungie. Their player numbers are falling through the floor, especially in the Crucible. Trials numbers are falling through the floor. We'll get back to the point where we were a few years ago, where they were like, okay, we got the lowest Crucible numbers in the history of the game. What could possibly be the problem here? Oh, maybe it's the things everybody's talking to us about. Awful matchmaking, no maps, nothing new to do in the Crucible. I have an idea. Let's go back to connection-based matchmaking. For everything. Yeah. Then... things will get better, and then in another year or two, we'll be right back where we were, where they're like, you know what? We feel like connection-based matchmaking isn't creating a fair environment in the Crucible, even though it's the most fair thing you could possibly do in you know, certainly a peer-to-peer based competitive game. So we're going to get rid of it and bring back a light form of skill-based matchmaking. And then we'll be right back where we started. But yeah, the PvP community is upset about the state of the game. Hacking is back in a huge form. Like, anti-cheat has all but fallen apart once again. BattleEye doesn't seem to be doing anything, or whatever the anti-cheat here is in Destiny. Doesn't seem to be doing anything to stop it, so that's gotten really big in Trials and in Crucible again. And on the PvE side of things, outside of the dungeon, which has gotten pretty much universal praise, outside of, you know, just the overall health of the bosses in there, they're a little on the tanky side. People are just a little tired of the seasonal, the seasonal schedule that we've got, where everything's time gated, and the activities that we've gotten access to are just a little boring. Player numbers have been dipping quite a bit the past few weeks. And it's going to be something Bungie has to address. I think they have Matter on the table too. So who knows if they're going to be able to deal with 3 games at the same time. I don't think they are going to be able to deal with 3 games at the same time. Especially with a game the size of Destiny 2.
Got some doing what needs getting done out here, friends.
Oh my gosh, and Matter. And Marathon. Gonna be interesting. We'll have to see how exactly they're gonna handle it. Dead fishing game. Fishing might be the only thing that's not dead, Rock. My fellow American citizen, Rock. Oh, it's the protect the portal one. Dang, man, it's got bodied already. Bungie's got some problems to deal with right now. As usual. Hey, don't touch my portal. You know, I've never understood all the hate with PvP. I've never had a problem, but maybe it's because I'm in the UK, and maybe a lot of the Crucible problems are US-based connections. Well, it's really a worldwide thing. I'm very sad I let that thrall walk in, because I was reading a chat. Why can't I do both? But it's really kind of a worldwide thing. The problems with Crucible, at least in the matchmaking department, are because Bungie seems focused on having a equitable experience for people. Oh, they don't want you to run into players who might be better than you, so you have to be protected from that at all costs. So they're going to match you with people who are close to your skill level, rather than people who have the best connection in relation to your connection. But you know, would make sense. You want to match with people who are close to you, so you have the best connection possible. No, Bungie's like, no. There's somebody in Brazil who has the exact same KDR as you. We have to match you with them. We got somebody in the Argentinian rainforest in a very strange German village that you wouldn't expect in Argentina, but they have the exact same KD as you. So we got to match you with them instead of that person who lives down the street from you. It's so dumb. It's so very dumb. But the fact that, like, Crucible hasn't seen a new map in, what, 2-3 years? Well, that's not true. We got that awful, gigantic map in Iron Banner last year. But it's like one map. We've been getting, like, one map a year. It's not great. I'm taking all these orbs. I don't even need them. The anti-cheat falling apart. Yeah, and then charged people more for the season pass for all this nonsense. Rox is right. Then they started charging you more money for the exact same content. Yep, Bungie's got some problems right now. I'll never be as hyperbolic as to say, oh, it's over. Destiny's done, guys. That's as laughable as all the 97 different Destiny killers that have come out over the past 10 years. And the only thing they've managed to kill is basically themselves. Also, I'll never be that hyperbolic. The game is still great. Anybody who's saying it isn't is lying. Game still plays great. Game still feels great. There's still just an absolute ton of content to engage in. But is it worth sticking around when there's other stuff to play? Not right now. Gotten a little dry. After Final Shape, I'm dipping out. I think after Final Shape, Bungie is dipping out. I think D2 is done after Final Shape. And whether or not we still get a D3, I mean, it's hard to imagine we don't, considering how much money Bungie has made with Destiny. I get the feeling that they're ready to move on. Because it's been, you know, it's like 17 years of them deving Destiny. Because they started work on Destiny after Halo 2. That's when development of Destiny began, by the way. That was a long time ago. So I'd imagine Bungie's probably a little tired they're probably a little tired of working on Destiny, but how do you walk away from a guaranteed moneymaker like that? And they've got producers now. You know, they traded Activision for, who is it, Microsoft? And I doubt Microsoft is going to be like, yeah, no. The game that's ubiquitous when it comes to looter shooters now. And like it or not, Destiny is the biggest and best looter shooter out there. It absolutely has eclipsed Borderlands and any other looter shooter out there. Whether or not that changes in future years, we'll see. Whether or not Anthem makes the comeback it deserves and wins, we'll see. I'm not going to put my faith in that. But right now, Destiny is the name of the game. And even with them losing huge amounts of player numbers right now, the game is still gigantic. You look at the revenue numbers for Destiny, it's just unbelievably huge. It's what's funding the 3 other games Bungie wants to make. And so I don't know if I could see Microsoft saying, oh yeah, you guys can just finish up D2 and then be done with the Destiny franchise. Nah. Spectre's gonna be walking in like, so, when's D3? Oh, well, we were planning on, taking some time away from the development of Destiny. Oh, is that what you thought? No. Where is D3? Whew. Next Saga needs to be its own game. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that it's about time we moved on to D3. The Bungie can update the engine. They can move on from some of the issues that they've had with D2. Give the game a fresh start. Try some new ideas. And it's not like D2 hasn't had a phenomenal lifespan. It lasted way longer than everybody thought it would. It's been way more successful than everybody thought it would be. No way we when we get a D3, D2 will continue. You think so? Beyond Final Shape?
Horrific abominations. Anyway, Transmat Fire.
I don't know. I think by then, investors will basically be demanding the next big thing. You can only continue expanding upon D2 for so long. They're already running into problems with the game engine because it's gotten too big. I think 100% after Final Shape they'll be moving on to a D3 or rather than calling it D3, it'll probably be they'll consider it what's next for Destiny. It'll be more of an MMO sort of expansive platform for Destiny as a franchise. You know what? Definitely, because they're still planning on making like a Destiny TV show. They have those Destiny comics coming out. So yeah, I 100% think that they're going to be expanding upon Destiny as a franchise, and that'll be moving on with the next game. Shoot, I completely forgot about that. They created their own little, basically, not animation studio, but production studio, because they're going to be making a Destiny TV show and animatics and all that. Which is good. I mean, the franchise has that level of popularity. New planets, new enemies, space combat? Maybe. If Bungie's creative. I don't know if anybody's ever accused Bungie of being creative, though. Here, you look arc-buddyless. You look maidenless. Let me get you some maidens, my mans. Honey, where's my super suit? You know, my swimming super suit is my bathing suit. Oh, I'm gonna be an absolute neighborhood menace. My next house. I'm gonna have a pool. I am gonna be skinny dipping all the time. And man, I've told you guys, I get back in from work at like midnight a lot of the time. I am gonna be doing midnight skinny dipping. My condolences to my neighbors, or congratulations if they're into that sort of thing. My dang-a-lang gonna be flopping. I give you Exhibit A, Guild Wars 2. I wouldn't compare Guild Wars to Destiny. That's that's more of a traditional MMO. Way more of a traditional MMO than Destiny is. If you're going to use an MMO, I think a better example would be Final Fantasy XIV. I'd use that as the example. And again, the argument against that would be Destiny 1. I mean, Destiny 1, despite all of its issues, experienced a massive amount of success, well beyond what I think anybody expected of it. And they still came out with Destiny 2. Why? To fix a lot of the issues with D1. I could see the exact same thing happening with D2. But who knows? Maybe. It'll be interesting to see if they continue along with Destiny 2. Ooh, TBL moving? Yes, I am looking for a new place. Not going to be buying anything right now because, good lord, the Florida market is crazy. Inflation's done a number on everything, and for the last couple of years, we've had a lot of people moving down to Florida. So it's inflated a lot of nonsense. Property taxes are kind of through the roof right now. So it just wouldn't make sense for me to move right now because I'd be paying way more than I need to. We're going to give that a year or so. But I am actively looking for a place. I'm going to make sure that place has a pool. And if I can, I'm going to make sure it's got a hot tub with it. If not, I might just put it on there. I might just spend the money to have one added on. Your boy needs a pool to cool his balls. I got you, fam. Dang, reduced from a raid boss to this.
We got any idea what that graveyard was about? All them bones where Zivu Arath's people were doing their
Yo, you're
thing?
planning the honeymoon in Florida? Right on, brother. Yo, recommendation for the lovely new couple, by the way. Congratulations to Rox there in the chat. Man is getting married and becoming a U.S. citizen. That is the dream. My homie is finally coming on over here where he can live his life as an American. Get himself an honorary complimentary AR-15 with his American citizenship. By the way, you're honeymooning in Florida. You should absolutely look into taking a cruise, Rock, on one of the major cruise lines, Carnival, Royal Caribbean. I'd recommend Carnival for your first cruise. They're a little less expensive, and they have a lot of great food options and vacation options. You should 100% look into taking a cruise, maybe out to the Bahamas for a few days. They're relatively inexpensive, especially depending on the time of year. I don't know what time of year you're getting married, but usually any time outside of summer, so like strictly June, July, and maybe August, cruise prices are super cheap. It's usually a couple $100 a person. It's all expenses included. It's great. I would recommend cruising to literally everybody, especially for a honeymoon. And go for a couple of days and chill out in the Bahamas. Spend a little bit of time in paradise. Good stuff. Matter of fact, that's what I did on vacation earlier this year. I actually took 2 cruises this year. I went to the Bahamas twice this year, and it was marvelous. First vacation I've taken in a few years. And it was so nice I had to do it twice. She loves cruises, so might look at that. Dude, it's phenomenal. I believe jumping into D3 without any sort of clear goal or direction would be disastrous. Yeah, I think jumping into any new game without a goal would be disastrous. But it's very clear to me that Final Shape is supposed to be changing the fundamental landscape of Destiny. Whether or not it's going to result in like an end of the franchise, who knows? Rewind rounds, hatchling. That's actually a really interesting combination. The 600 RPM auto. Backup mag brings it up to 53. That actually might not be bad. I might have to check that out. That's an interesting combination. But yeah, but I mean, they've got to have some kind of plan for post, final shape. They've got to. Hopefully they've got that worked out. We'll see. We will see. See what we've got. This taken stuff have we not gotten? Different Times is a pretty good pulse rifle. What are we closest to? 3 out of 5 on the SMG. About the shotgun. 1 out of 5 on the shotty. Oh, hand cannon. Even though it's Garbo. 3 out of 5. So, SMG or hand cannon doesn't matter. I suspect that lore-wise, Final Shape will reset or reorganize the universe 100%. Wedding's gonna be sometime after September. Dude, you should look up September and October prices for cruises. That's when the prices start to drop through the floor. That's actually perfect timing. Not bad. Yeah, the prices generally drop through the floor during that time. Because nobody's cruising, during winter. And so, sometimes in December, you can go on, a Christmas cruise for, $100 a person for, a 4-day cruise. And remember, that $100, that ticket price includes your room and board. It includes basically all of the meals on the boat, unless you want to do a specialty dinner. And, each of those boats will have, 4 or 5 specialty restaurants that you have to pay for, in addition to your ticket. But they have 20 different restaurants that are all included in the price of your ticket. And a buffet and all that kind of stuff. The food on whatever island they go to is all included. Cruises are phenomenal. Just a great way to spend a vacation. Would absolutely recommend them to everybody. And they are really, really inexpensive based on when you actually set sail. Definitely worth your time. I will shill cruises till the ends of the earth. It's the only thing I'll shill almost as much as my favorite drink of the world, sparkling ice. Make sure you go and pick up a pack of sparkling ice black raspberry over off of Amazon. No, I'm not sponsored, but a guy can dream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for today's live stream. This one's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. This was our inaugural stream over on Kick. So if you've got a Kick account, make sure you go and follow your boy, kick.com/theblacklink. I was testing out a triple stream setup today, and at least as far as I can tell, it hasn't been too bad. It worked for the most part. Yo, Heshla over there on the Kick side of things. Shout out to you, my friends, as I love Arc Buddies. Arc Buddies are top tier, especially this season. Good God. You get so much bonus damage with Arc Buddy, plus all the damage resistance you get on Arc right now. It's definitely the way to play if you're using an Arc subclass. But yeah, we are going to be live streaming over on Kick as well. Moving on. Because why not? Kick is a new emergent platform. It's a great place to grow. Sort of like Rumble, they don't do all of the shenanigans and censorship that Twitch and YouTube generally engage in. So make sure you guys go and check me out over there. Just... I will warn you, before you go and make an account on Kick, it's a little bit of a weird platform. There's some 18 plus stuff that goes on there every now and again. So make sure you're ready before you head on over there. You might see somebody's balls or something. But alright, everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys' faces. We will be back with more of the good old tomorrow. I got some more stuff to catch up on when it comes to Destiny 2. So we will be diving on into that. Same time, same place, right here, starting at 12 p.m. That's right, noon. We will be back with some more live stream. I love you guys. For all the new follows, all the new subs, thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is The Black Link. I love your faces. As always, stay frosty. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys have a great hump day. I hope you're off humping.